Oh man, another headset down. Welcome back, guys. We broke another headset. If you can't tell, I am using my webcam again. That seems like the only mic that I can't break. We built like a tower that I don't think is finished. I don't know. Let me go check. So sorry about the lack of videos, guys. I've just been here and that and there and this. Life just hasn't been the best to me, let's say that. I added a little room back here. Now, what is there to do? Okay. Oh yeah, we made a run back to the house and then got all this. Oh, you know something? I see something. Dugan. Alright, so let's go. Ow. Oh, man. So let me tell you a story, guys. Okay. If you guys have seen my video like a long time ago. Yeah. My mom bought an Intrepid. A Dodge Intrepid. Which is a car. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about. So, she bought a Dodge Intrepid. Turn signals won't work at first. Then we got it back from the shop and they worked. And all this other stuff, and then it recently started stalling. Didn't know what it was, we thought it was the fuel pump. So we're like, okay, well, we're gonna get a call. We're gonna call and get a price check on it. $144 for the part alone. And being that I believe we have an electric fuel pump, even more money that we need to pump out to get it fixed. But now we've come to the conclusion that it's not the fuel pump. And I'll tell you why. Cars have a habit of not dealing with certain chemicals. Let's put it that way. Certain chemicals that are in some gas. Because some gas stations have different... They put different things in their gas. So, we've come to the conclusion that we're going to use a different gas station for a little bit and see if it doesn't. Now, this isn't a, often occurring problem, so it's going to be a little while before we can find out if that's actually the problem or not. So we did buy a can of heat, not a can, I'm sorry, a bottle of heat, and we put it in, so I guess we'll just see where that takes us, you know. We may have a break. It's not anything to count on, so well, after we get the car straightened out, Mom's going to help me put back money to build my computer. It's not something to extremely count on, but, you know, it's always, there's always that option there. Let's put it that way. Alright, so I'm going to stop right there. I've already found quite a bit of stuff. I'm not sure if you guys can see really well, sorry. Really should have brought down some torches. Come on. All this freaking stuff, really. So, before we came to the conclusion that it was the fuel pump, we thought it was the spark plugs and spark wires. So, hello. I can hear a skeleton. But anyway, we thought it was the spark plugs and spark wires. So we're like, okay, well, let's replace that and see if it doesn't. And, well, we bought the spark plug and spark wires. And, got them home. And we're just like, okay, we're going to take a break because this is going to be a lot to take on at one time. So we're like, okay, well, we got done with the break. We're like, let's hit this hard and go at full force. And, well, let's just say it didn't turn out that well. And I'll tell you why. Sorry, cave noises. So, for those of you that are car people and actually know what I'm talking about, tune in. Now, we took all the spark plugs and spark wires off to replace them. And we're like, okay, so this wire goes this... Well, we didn't take them all off at one time. So we knew where the wires went and all that stuff. So we took off one at a time. And it was a pain in the butt because just the way they had the wires routed, it's just hard to get your hands in there. And I got pretty small hands. I could barely get my fingers in there. It took me probably 15 to 20 minutes just to get the first one in, because that was my first one, and I was starting off with the hardest one because it was in the most compact part. So I started off with the hardest one, which was probably a mistake on my part. Dad's like, let's do the hardest one first. Yeah! And I'm like, okay, let's do it. And 10 minutes later, I'm like, oh, God darn it! Why did we do this one first? And, well, yeah, that's how that happened. Yeah, I'm way ahead. But, yeah, after we got the first one in, the rest of them were pretty easy. We had so many problems. Okay, so the gapper for the spark plugs. Again, you got to be a car person to know what I'm talking about, or replace one of those to know what I'm talking about, because if you're like a 12-year-old watching this, you're probably not gonna know what I'm talking about. But the gapper, we had it on the what is it called? I'm not gonna let go of this one. Come on. I'm gonna wait until I remember this. Okay, you know what? Screw it. Okay, so we had the gapper sitting in the hood, kind of. I would tell you more better. Not proper English, but I'll tell you better if I remember what it was called. But we had it sitting in the hood, and I actually had to climb in the hood to get one of the wires in. So I started climbing on the hood, and we hear ting 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 ting, and I'm like, uh-oh, what just happened? And I got up, and Dad's like, well, we just dropped the gapper in between the two things. I'm gonna call them metal plates. They're for the antifreeze to warm up the car. I really don't remember what they're called, but yeah, they were strapped in there. I'm like, I can get that. Dad's like, good job, David. We can't get another one of those without buying another 6-pack of spark plugs. So I'm like, give me a clothes hanger and I can get it. I know I can. So I ran inside, got a clothes hanger. But I was sitting there laughing at me, and I'm like, you know what? Why don't you just shut up, because I'm going to get it. And I was trying to get it. I was trying to like twist and turn the clothes hanger. And in due time, we did get it. And then we jarked. We dropped a spark plug. Okay, we was putting one of the spark plugs in. We were screwing it in with our hand to get it started, and we was putting it in. And all of a sudden, all you hear is clink. Dad looks at me and he's like, "Well, your turn." And I'm like, "You dropped it, didn't you?" And he's like, "Yep." So I scratched up my fingers pretty good getting that one out. I didn't need it like a clothes hanger. I could get it with my hands, but there's like a oh, mother of all gods!